The graph of a quadratic function is called a parabola. That is the name of it. So when someone says parabola, you want to think quadratic function. Now, you have two different ways that these graphs will open. When the coefficient of a on the quadratic function is greater than 0, then the graph opens up like this. Okay? When it's greater than 0, the graph is going to open up. And then when it's less than 0, it's a negative number, the graph is going to open down. The only thing a cannot be 0. Why? Because if a is 0, you have no quadratic function, because 0 times anything is just 0. So this is the quadratic form, if you want to call it that. If you remember the quadratic equation, that's what you normally use to solve for these, is the quadratic equation. X equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Y'all remember that song? Maybe I'm too old, but yeah, that's you would use the quadratic equation to solve the quadratic forms and to figure out what the x-intercepts are. So yeah, opens up or it opens downwards. Cool beans? Okay, now let me draw those again. So if the a is greater than 0, remember the parabola will open up, or if the a is less than 0, the parabola will open down. Now, that's important because you need to know the direction of the graph when you're trying to graph these. But this point here and this point here, this is called your vertex. It's where the graph turns around. Okay, I'm going to put the vertex here. Okay, it's where the graph turns around. So the graph comes down and then changes directions and it goes up. The graph goes up, changes directions, and it goes down. Okay, that is your vertex. And the vertex is, when they talk about the vertex, you're going to see HK. HK, HK. You're like, where does HK come from? And I'll show you on the next slide. So when you have, when it's upward like that, you end up having, what do you want to call it? This right here? This is the lowest point of the graph. Okay, when it's open upward, that's the lowest point of the graph. I guess you can see that. And then right here, this is the highest point of the graph, or the maximum point of the graph. And point, when I say point, I'm talking about ordered paired XY. So upward or downward. Now, there is a line when you, if I go back here, there is a line that splits the graph in half, meaning like a symmetric line where each side would kind of match if you were to fold it across that line. That is called the axis of symmetry, and it's the x equals h line. And you notice the h is the same h that's in the vertex. So you're like, what's the line that splits the graph in half? So for example, if I drew that one this way, you would say, okay, the axis of symmetry would be whatever this x value is, x equals h, because this is your vertex, hk, and the line that splits it in half, that's the axis of symmetry. And it doesn't matter if my graph looks like this, or if my graph, I can erase this one, or if my graph is going this way. Okay, the vertex is still here. Okay, that's still the vertex, which we know is HK, and the line that cuts it in half, that line that cuts it in half, that's the line x equals h. And you're like, well, why is it x equal? Remember, even though the x-axis lays this way, your tick marks go that way. So the x-axis are always going to be these vertical lines, and then your y-axis are this way, which are your horizontal lines. So that's why it's the line x equals h.